Forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union make us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union make us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union make us strong.
Wamama msilale, lale lale, wamama msilale, bado mapambano, 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 bado mapambano, 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 bado mapambano. Wamama msilale, lale lale, wamama msilale, bado mapambano, 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 bado mapambano, 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 bado mapambano.
National Women's Day, and being part of the National Coordinating Committee, we are part of the planning committee under the Nairobi the County Women Committee, and we have various activities that we involve or we participate in. In the industry, we have different challenges as women. Some of them are sexual harassment. We have lack of sanitation facilities in where we work on our roads, and we are able to talk on that day. So we urge every person or every woman to join us on that day. The venue is at Lowlands Scouts Ground, just behind the National Showground, the Nairobi Showground. Thank you.
As women, we have this issue of transgender. Do you think RUTO government has dealt with it in a proper way, or as you wish?
We thank the president, but because here in Kenya we have not ratified the C190, but last year he joined and is ready to ratify that. So we hope that anything that we as women we have already put in place will be looked and considered at.
The International Women's Day is an action day that is celebrated annually on the 8th of March across the globe by women and men who come together through activities that advocate for equality and fairness across the board. This year's theme for the International Women's Day is Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality, with the hashtag Embrace Equality. As women in the transport sector, we have several challenges that we go through, just like what we experienced recently. We had a woman that was harassed as she was trying to alight from a matatu. She was thrown out of a moving bus. So that is harassment. We have gender discrimination. We are also advocating to have more women in the decision-making bodies and tables. We are calling on all the stakeholders, including government and well-wishers and the unions and federations, to come through and help us as women in the transport sector so that we can advocate for fair pay, for safe working spaces for women. And also, as we have said that the theme for this year is innovation, we are also pushing for, as we move to digitalization, we want to ensure that the new technology helps women and gives them an opportunity in the transport sector and not to seclude them. We would also like to thank the county government of Nairobi for ensuring and providing transport that we are going to use on the 8th of March this year. And we would like to call upon women in the transport sector, men in the transport sector to join us as we advocate for some of these policies to be implemented. We need to be heard. We need a voice. We need to be together. We need the solidarity. So come and join us on the 8th of March at the Roaland Scout grounds at Kibera, so that we can advocate for these policies and ensure that women's rights are heard. Like the convention of the C-190, ILO C-190, we have hope that the president is going to ratify it because he promised, so we can only hope right now. And also issues on the issues on gender and sexual harassment. We want to ensure that our workplaces, we ensure equality, like fair opportunities, equal opportunities for both women and men. Let us not be discriminated based on our gender. And also on new technology, we would like to advocate for fairness so that we can all be included. In the training opportunities, we want to ensure that there are equal opportunities, and that is what we are fighting. We are, as women in the transport sector, we are looking forward to the ratification of Convention C-190 by the government of Kenya, and we are hopeful since the president had promised us to push the agenda, and that is one of the policies that we are trying to really advocate for, that are going to ensure that women at the workplace do not undergo harassment and violence. International Women's Day theme, which is innovation and technology for gender equality. We, as the women in transport, are focusing on the demand number 7, which is innovation and technology for women at the workplaces. We are pushing and fighting for equality and inclusivity, so that when we come up, when the new technology comes up, and as we are embracing digitalization, women will not lose jobs. Women are not going to be sidelined. We are going to ensure that there are fair opportunities across the board. Thank you.
The International Transport Workers Federation, we also focus on women, and our major focus as ITF, we are looking at 9 demands to bring out some gender equality. And these demands we are pushing for the transport industry workers. And some of these demands include, or rather the 9 demands include, ensuring that women are engaged in all decision-making bodies, and to make sure that if there is a decision or where stakeholders are sitting, we also have women included, because they are the people on the ground and they can bring out the issues that is required. We also have the demand on income and social protection. We want these women working in the transport industry to be given income that is sustainable. And if they also go on their leave, let's say maternity leave, they have that social protection that when they come back, they'll still come back to the position they were holding or the work that they were doing. Not that when they go on leave, they find that their job is lost. We also have access to sanitation and the protective materials for use. We realize that after COVID, many people or many transport workers have been exposed to infections, and it's good that we ensure that all the workers in the transport industries, particularly women, are given the sanitation and protection equipment to use. Another demand that we are going to push for is to ensure that they have secure work. That's demand number 4, that they have security, not working in fear, that they're fearing they'll be sacked at any point without notice. Number 5, we have another demand we want to push for, care before profit. That before these employers look at profit, they should care about the transport workers, that they care about their situation, their welfare at work before putting profit. You realize that if you want to make profit, you might end up making your workers to work overtime without pay or no rest. So we want our workers to be cared for. Demand number 6 that we want to push for is to end violence and harassment at work. This is a demand that is really touching on most countries, and Kenya being one of them. Want to send appreciation to the President for making a commitment that this thing will be ratified, the C190 Convention. Our demand number 7 is the new technology to benefit women workers. Every new technology or any new technology that comes into place might make other workers to lose their jobs because of digitalization. Everything is moving to digital mode. Want to make sure that our women who are working in the transport sector, as much as digitalization is taking place, they will not lose their jobs. That these women will be empowered to also have the knowledge of digital knowledge and not to lose their jobs. Another gender equality demand that we want to have is the gender impact assessment. We want to look at anything that is brought into the transport sector. It is assessed first. Is it benefiting the gender, or is it going to be an effect to the gender? The last demand is on gender responsive economic stimulus. That as much as the economy wants to, as much as the industry wants to improve the economy, we have to take into account also the impact on the gender involved in that sector. So for the coming International Women's Day, ITF, or International Transport Workers Federation, is focusing on demand number 7. What is new technology going to improve the lives? What will it do to the lives of the transport workers, especially the women? Is it going to make them better or improve their working life, or what is it going to do? Welcome to Roland's Camp. As we have an exhibition desk, you're going to learn more about the International Transport Workers Federation. You'll meet some of those workers who represent these sectors that ITF is also affiliated. They are also affiliated to us. I'd like to urge the women parliamentarians and those elected in different positions of influence, take note of these 9 demands and push them forward on our behalf. We are counting on your support, and we are counting on your ability to speak on our behalf, that we are going to see all these demands to bring gender equality in the transport industry.
Sexual harassment at workplace imekuwa rampant sana, especially wa mambo ya mahoteli, mambo ya truck drivers, ambao watu wengi, especially ukitaka kazi kwa hoteli, managers wengi wanalazimisha kufanya sex na ule mfanyakazi ndio mwajiri. Na sisi tunaomba serikali hii kitu kama inaweza kuendelea itakuwa ni mbaya zaidi, because wasichana wengi watakuwa naogopa kufanya kazi na ila hali wana ujuzi. So badala kumfanyisha interview, nasikia siku hizi interview ni kulala na yeye, ambapo sisi tunaipinga vikali sana. Sijui kwa nini hao wanaume hawezi kujizuia, na sisi tunasema sio wanaume peke yao, hata vijana wadogo kuna manager wengine wanafanya sex nao, ambayo ni mbaya sana. That is homosexual, ambayo tunaipinga vikali sana. Kwa nini uharibu kijana wa mwenyewe? Kama ni mtoto wako ungesikia namna gani? Basi mtoto wako pia afanyiwe hivyo, ndio ujue uchungu uko namna gani. Sisi hatutaki vitendo kama hiyo hapa Kenya. Sisi ni watu wa maadili, tuko watu na makanisa na misikiti. Hatutaki kuweka kitendo kama hiyo ya kudhulumu watu kwa sababu ya kutaka sex. Mtu akitaka sex, weenda ujipange na maneno yako. Kama una mistari, lazima uende kwa vitabu utafute mistari ya kutafuta msichana, sio kutafuta shortcut. Na hii tunaomba serikali iwe itusaidie sana, kwa sababu watoto wengi wanaumia. Na maneno pia ya wanawake, ingawaje wamejipenda sana kwamba wao ndio wanaumia, na tunataka serikali ikiangalia maneno inajumulisha watu wote, because last year tulikuwa na maandamano sort of hapo barabarani. Tulipata vijana wengi, hata tulikuwa na warembo hawa, vijana wengi sana walalamika, walisema na nao nani atawatetea, because wanafukuzwa kwa manyumba, wananyimwa kupewa ngono kwa sababu wanasema ni walevi ama nini, because nao pia wanaumia. Hawa wasichana pia wakilalamika kwamba wanadhulumiwa, na sisi wanaume pia wanadhulumiwa. Kwa hivyo inataka serikali ikichukua maneno na angalia both side. Isiwache boy child akiumia ikiangalia maneno ya wanawake peke yake. Inataka both sides zinaumia. Hata in fact wanaume wanaumia zaidi kuliko wanawake, ni vile hawaongei because wanaogopa kutoa hiyo maneno nje, watachekwa na nini na wenzao. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali wakati inatengeneza hizi sheria ijue kwamba watu wote wanaumia. Asante.
Sheria zetu zipo, tuseme implementation ndio issue.
Ndio issue. Implementation
na mnalaumu nani kwa kukosa kuimplement venye inafaa?
Sisi tunalaumu kwa sababu tunaweza kulaumu both sides, kwamba serikali haitaki kuimplement hiyo vitu kwa sababu serikali imechukua mikakati ya kuweka some institutions za kudili nazo. Zinafika mahali zinafifia kwa sababu ya watu kutoa mulungula, because mwenye amefanya hiyo kitu hataki kujulikana, anachukua pesa anapeana. Sasa na wale wanalalia wasiende, ama kuna familia zingine zinasema wacha tusikizane kinyumbani, kwa sababu ya umaskini wanataka labda wapewe kitu fulani ndio hiyo kitu isiendelee kwa sababu ile umaskini. So definitely tukiondoa hiyo vitu ama tukiondoa umaskini, nafikiri ndio tutaweza kudina hiyo vitu kama nchi. Kwa hivyo both sides tunalaumiana. Sisi tunasema kumaliza haya mambo ama kusaidiana ili tupate suluhu ya hii maneno mabaya ambayo inatendeka kwa nchi yetu, ni kwamba vyama vya wafanyakazi haswa vile vinatili na mambo ya transport na tourism viungane kusaidia, because ule mfanyakazi anadhulumiwa at least ni member wa chama fulani. So akileta ile malalamishi unahakikisha imefika penye natakana ifike, kwa sababu wewe chama sidhani kama unaweza kupewa pesa ili uache hiyo story isiendelee. Nafikiri itakuwa muhimu sana sisi kama vyama vya wafanyakazi tukiungana kupinga hiyo maneno na kusaidia mtu yoyote mwenye amedhulumiwa kumpeleka mbele ili sheria ichukue mkondo wake. Na tunaomba zaidi aswa wafanyakazi wengi mjiunge kwa hivi vyama, ndio inakuwa ni rahisi kwa hizi vyama kutetea nyinyi, sio kukaa tu ndee.
I am Phoebe Onyango from the International Transport Workers Federation. The International Transport Workers Federation is a global union federation representing over 20 million workers, and it has 700 affiliated unions in most countries, in 153 countries. I am Phoebe Onyango, the representative of the International Transport Workers Federation. I assist in the coordination of women activities, East and Southern countries. Is a global union federation representing over 18 million workers, and the unions represented are 700 unions in 153 countries. This is a global union federation passionate about fighting for the workers' rights, and it is located, the headquarters is located in London. Other offices are located in different parts of the world. In Africa, we have offices in Abidjan, that is Ivory Coast, and here in Nairobi, Kenya.
We're heading to maybe international scale. Maybe can you highlight maybe some of the challenges you face in the industry?
Then what also you guys are doing? So that part is literally done. There are 3 more parts from 3 other people.
Yes.
The challenges.
You want from the beginning?
What the chief does, really was capture.
Okay. The International Transport Workers Federation represents transport workers, over 18 million transport workers. These are transport workers in the different sectors in the transport industry. We have workers from the road, rail, seafarers, aviation, and the railway, and tourism. What we do is we fight passionately for the workers' rights to get fair pay, better working conditions, and decent work for every worker. Both men and women are represented with our organization.
So are you a union or?
A federation. I said it's a global union federation.
I'm Sava Wycliffe, the chairman, National Coordinating Committee of the ITF. The National Coordinating Committee consists of Transport Workers Union, Rail Workers Union, Kenya Hotels and Allied Workers Union, Shipping Union, Long Distance Union, Bodax, that is Boda and Taxi Drivers Union. We have Matatu Workers Union. We have PUTON, which stands for Public Transport Union. Lastly, we have the Seafarers Workers Union. The work of the National Coordinating Committee is to coordinate the activities of the ITF in the country. In the Coordination Committee, we have Women Committee and we have the Youth Committee. Now, I will invite the Women Committee to talk about the women. Welcome.
I'm Agnes Kasheri Mongera from Transport Allied Workers Union and the chairperson of the Kenya National Coordinating Women Committee. In the Women Committee, we have various women in different sectors in the transport industry. And being under the NCC, the National Coordinating Committee, we have various roles like inviting our fellow women to the transport sector, also to the unions. So we have several mandates here in the sector. And in anything, we always encourage the women to join us, especially if you are in the transport industry. And you can reach us in different platforms. In the Facebook, we are at NCC Women Kenya. Twitter, NCC Women Kenya. And also our email, it's nccwomenkenya@gmail.com. So if you are there, as a Kenyan, and you have any information or you want to join us in different unions, you can reach us in those pages. Thank you. The Women Days. On 8th of March, it's the
Wow, that was nice. Thank you for the moderation.
Solidarity.
Get on, Boxy.
Well done.